piece of you. Well, I'm alright as I pick up the pieces that I've left in me. I'm alright, feel away from you, and I'll be fine. Cleaning up the car, put it back in order, but no, I will always have this too, a little piece of you.
Hey, welcome to our kind of overview, just kind of brief here of the new Presonus Studiolive board that we have acquired a couple of, as you can see within this video. Right now we've got it hooked up to our MacBook Pro, kind of sitting on a QSC subwoofer here. And we've just gone through and played some audio tracks on it directly out of the capture software, out of the demo session, and just kind of playing with it this afternoon, kind of just doing an overview video of a user in the field, of how we have acquired them and how we're using them. I think that this board sonically sounds better than the LS9 that we had. We had a Mackie TT24. I think the board sounds better than the TT24 as well. I kind of hold the sonic quality of the LS9 and TT24 kind of on the same level. I could not hear the difference between the two. So anyway, just kind of a quick overview, and we'll get on with this. Okay, I think we've got things adjusted now. We've got an overview of the TT24. We do have two of them linked side by side. We did get the linking piece from Presonus, and it bolts the two boards together and makes a solid 32-channel board. And we absolutely love the operation of this board. It is simple, that if someone has worked on a analog board, very easy to pick up and immediately get mixing, even though it is digital. It does not have recallable head amps or faders. But to be honest with you, that's a feature I really, for live sound for the type of events that we are doing, which is smaller events and festivals and some of the Christian outreaches in town, we didn't need that. So just kind of an overview of what we got. We have the faders down on the bottom of the board, 1 through 16 on each of the boards, and then the subgroups. We run the board so that the subgroups are merged and end up going into the main, but we have them running so that we can assign the effects out of each of the boards separately and send them to the master control, so that we basically are running all 4 of the effects engines, so that we've got 2 for the 16 channels on this one and 2 for the 16 channels on this side. But it's got really nice 100 millimeter long throw faders. They have a good feel to them. Through the channel strips, we can just go through that real quick just as an overview. We've got a mute button on each of the channel strips, a solo button on each of the channels, a select, and then once we do hit the select, it brings us into the overall fat channel for that, which you can assign a high pass filter, and that again is variable. You can also then do post EQ for the firewire out, You can turn on or off the gate and assign and adjust the threshold and the release. It has a full compressor section based on the ACP88, a limiter. Also has EQ, low end. It's got a frequency control and a gain. Has a shelf control that can be turned on or off. That ends up going to shelf, or you turn it off and it ends up tightening the Q a little bit better. Same thing for the low mids and high mids, and also the highs, which is on every channel, including the auxes and also on the subgroups. As we go up over the channels, we get into the aux buses and the assignments on those, and then we also have the firewire return as well as phantom power, and then we also have the incoming channel trim. So zooming in a little bit here, we're going to kind of go through what some of these features are. First, I want to go through and just drop down and go into the auxes. It has a solo function on it. The auxes can be set up to be pre or post. Select button, which will allow you to adjust the parameters as far as the compressor and limiter and equalizer on that channel. And then what I really like about it is the mix control button that you see lit up there. Once that is pressed, all of a sudden now each of these encoders becomes the levels of each of the channels that you are sending to aux 1 or mix 1. And as I go across the entire board here, you can see that I am sending all of those channels now to aux 1 in different levels. And once that is assigned, you can go to aux 2 and do the same thing. There are ways you can set these guys up so that your auxes 1 and 2 will be in a stereo configuration in case you're doing in-ears or something like that. But you can basically fly through all 6 of the auxes, and also even with your effects out auxes, you can go in and hit that, and you can see that I've got on the capture demo, I've got some effects assigned to each of the vocals here and here on those particular channels that are coming back in.